YouTube? What's going on? Woody P coming back with another one. Let's get it. We're going to talk some boxing. We got a big potential fight. Super middleweight coming this fall. David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster versus Demetrius Andrade. Boo-boo. Yeah. And if we being real, this would be Demetrius Andrade first test. I like Demetrius Andrade, 32-0, 19 KOs, but he hasn't fought anyone. He hasn't fought anyone. He always pull out of fights or fight never falls through for Demetrius Boo-Boo Andrade. Supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders back in, a few years back. That fight never went through. His toughest fight was what, Selecki? Let's be real. But David Benavidez, we've seen what he did in the ring. Caleb Plant, demolished Caleb Plant earlier this year. Calling out Canelo. He want Canelo at 168. But yeah, potential big fight. And like I said, this would be the real first test for Demetrius Andrade. If we being real, this would be a great fight. Demetrius Andrade, he's an aqua fighter, a southpaw. He fights from different angles and he fights in flurries. Demetrius Andrade, he's still one of those guys, every time I watch him fight, I'm still figuring him out. Because he never fights great enough competition where you can really get a good gauge on him as a fighter. Or you can really dissect his style. But he's an aqua fighter, southpaw. He fights in flurries. Demetrius Andrade, he has great angles. Demetrius Andrade, boo-boo. But he's a hard guy to figure out. And I'm sure if you're in the ring with him, he's even, harder to figure out. But just watching him, he's a weird guy to figure out. But like I say, he has awkward angles. He fights in flurries. He's strong. He throws wide punches, boo-boo. He throws a lot of wide punches as well. But I know David Benavidez, he feels like he's going to overwhelm him at some point. He's going to, walk him down, the Mexican Monster, cut off that ring like he did Caleb Plant. One thing about Demetrius Andrade, he's crafty. He's like Caleb Plant. He can get out of, risky situations, and be crafty. That's one thing about Boo-Boo. He can do that. Get out of harm's way. He duck. He got weird angles. He's athletic. But I don't know if he has power, to put guys out at 168, Demetrius Andrade. He's natural 160 guy, but he never had any big fights. He was trying to chase that Jamal Charlo fight. But Jamal Charlo, he's been inactive. So Boo-Boo didn't have anyone to face. But like I said, it's hard to get a good gauge on him because he hasn't fought the best competition and he's an awkward fighter. But David Benavidez, if it's someone that can break a fighter down and get to him, it's David Benavidez. If we're being real. So this would be a great fight. I guess you could say it's a 50-50 fight because Andrade, he's a, a top name, top guy. If you've been watching boxing, he's not a top name as far as the opponents he's faced, but when you bring his name up, you say a lot of guys have avoided Demetrius Andrade. And we know that Benavidez is the Mexican Monster. So this would be a great fight on paper for sure. Great fight on paper for sure, but I still haven't been able to gauge how good or great Demetrius Andrade is. And this would be the perfect fight to let us know. Because he's been in talks with Billy Joe Saunders, Jamal Charlo, but the fights never go through. So we were never able to, see him put to the test. But this is a great potential fight for the fall. 168 super middleweight. David Benavidez, he's been, hunting down, calling out Canelo. And if he don't get this fight, he might fight David Morrell. So it's been a great year for boxing. It's been a great year for boxing. Let's be real. It has. It has. We got Jermell Charlo versus Canelo coming up. That's soon. We had Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko. We had Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. That was great. I mean, it's been a good year for boxing. It's been a good year for boxing. I must be real. Then we have potentially Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Saudi Arabia, Eddie Hearn's been, throwing that out here. So we'll see. But Boo-Boo Andrade, the Mexican Monster, that'll be a great fight. On paper, it's a great fight, but we'll see if it falls through. Hopefully it gets signed. Demetrius Andrade has a history of backing out of fights and, just having long layoffs. Demetrius Andrade, he does. He's never in the action, consistently. Demetrius Andrade, he's never in the action consistently. So definitely want to see this fight for sure. Benavidez, one of my guys. I like Demetrius Andrade too. So definitely want to see this fight, but let me know what y'all think. Fight set up for the fall potentially for the fall, but let me know what y'all think. Y'all send down in the comments. You know I ain't gonna stop. Keep the fire coming. Comment, like, subscribe us. We can help share the video. And you know we're gonna knock another one out. Let's get it.